Our next presenter, Graduate School of Business at Columbia University, worked out of the Columbia Startup Lab, and is an operations ninja by my own definition. David, please come up and share more about Light RFP.
Do you know what it takes to get these oranges into Costco? It takes demand planning, quality scoring, and real-time price negotiation. And it takes collaboration between the home office and the local level. This is Amanda. Amanda's procurement platform has a database of every vetted vendor. It knows which are available, and it can negotiate pricing in real time. So that's how she can deliver the speed, quality, and pricing that you expect from Costco. But unfortunately, property managers don't have anything like this. Meet Nancy. Nancy works at one of the 30,000 property management companies in the US, and she has to do all of this by hand with just email and a telephone. She has to source her vendors, schedule site visits, negotiate pricing, and hope that those vendors can deliver on time. And she is leaving millions of dollars on the table because this is what she has to fight through every time she runs a request for proposal process. Imagine doing all of this while keeping your team on the same page and the vendors on the same page, then doing it across hundreds of buying decisions a year, and doing this on top of juggling all of your leasing, tenant relations, and managing the P&L for the building. You have to juggle all of this while sourcing all of your vendors. How's your juggling, Aaron? This is why we started Light RFP. My name's David Baraction, and our mission is to give professional procurement tools to every property manager. We are the fastest and easiest way to run a commercial real estate RFP. So, you might be thinking, we've been picking up the phone for the past 100 years. Isn't this what I pay my property manager to do? Do we really need to roll out new technology for this? Well, the easiest way to run an RFP is not to run an RFP. To give your contract to whichever vendor offers you the best Knicks tickets, or to let your service contracts roll over year after year without ever negotiating them. But if you are sourcing your vendors by hand, you're opening up your filing cabinet, calling around to see who's available, and your project is being seen by a sliver of the qualified vendors that should be bidding on your work. We're not a managed service that marks up your invoices by 25%, and we're not a glorified phone book where you still have to run your whole RFP yourself. We're the first procurement platform built for collaboration and real-time bidding specifically for commercial real estate. This is what a perfect RFP process looks like. Imagine posting your project for 100,000 square feet of roofing and getting 10 bids back the next week. This is where the rubber meets the road. You post your project, curated vendors consider your job, you sign and exchange all compliance details through the platform, and you review the vendor so they know that doing a great job on your project is going to help them win their next project. And so you might be thinking, what if I like my vendors? Do I really want to roll this out just for a couple more bids? Well, this isn't just about getting more bids. It's about making the most out of the bids you have. This is a best and final process where you can take all of the bidders or a few of the bidders and invite them to a real-time eBay-style auction. So every vendor can know where their pricing stands and they can adjust it in real time. This is where you generate the most net operating income from your properties. We're seeing 30% cost savings versus pre-stated budgets on average across all of the RFPs we've done. We're getting 80% time savings versus running an RFP by hand. And we're inviting 20 times more vendors to consider these projects than the property managers themselves, if they're inviting any vendors at all. Since joining MetaProp's Accelerator, we've grown our active contracts posted from 500K to 12.8 million. We're working with some incredible owner-operators and third-party managers. We've done RFPs in 12 different states, and we do RFPs across asset classes, from commercial to multifamily to industrial. So, you all know that commercial real estate and real estate in general is one of the largest asset classes in the world. But what I find most interesting is that 55% of the $384 billion spent on property management is spent by owner-operators. So it's not just the big brand property management companies you've heard of, it's also the small and medium-sized portfolios that you've never heard of. And they need professional procurement tools. There's two ways to work with us. One is a flat fee to roll it out across your entire portfolio, and the other is a project-by-project model where it's free to post and we charge the vendor 2% of the final bid price. I'm David Barakshan. Like Aaron said, I got my MBA at Columbia, and I have 10 years of operating experience. This is Carlo Dobrovich, my co-founder. We met at Columbia. He's a brilliant computer scientist, and he runs all of our product and engineering. And this is Cyrus Kornfeld. He's a former labor lawyer who runs all of our vendor operations. Your property managers deserve better than this, and your portfolio deserves better than this. You can come in on time and under budget from high-quality vendors every time with a procurement platform that's built for commercial real estate. So, don't be shy. Ask us how we can help take your portfolio from this chaos to clarity. Your properties deserve the speed, quality, and pricing power that Light RFP can deliver. Thank you so much.